Lonnie OGrady is best remembered for her role as Mary Bradford, the eldest sister from Eight Is Enough. In addition to her 4-year stint on the show and 2 late 1980s reunion specials, she also appeared on The Love Boat, as well as a TV movie called The Kid with the Broken Halo. She had been dogged by health and pill problems dating back to her Mary Bradford days. In the early 1990s, she moved on from acting and became a talent agent. She eventually checked herself into the mental health ward of Cedars-Sinai Medical Center to detox. While there, she claimed she was sexually battered by a medical technician, and she sued the hospital. While the suit was still pending, Lonnie was found dead in her small mobile home at the age of 46 in 2001. An autopsy revealed that toxic levels of Vicodin and Prozac were present in her bloodstream. We all know Amanda Peterson from her role in Can't Buy Me Love, opposite Patrick Dempsey. Released in the summer of 1987, Can't Buy Me Love received mixed reviews, but became the sleeper hit of the summer. After its release, Peterson became a teen idol and appeared on the covers of teen magazines like Tiger Beat and Teen Beat. In 1994, she left the entertainment industry and returned to her hometown of Greeley, Colorado. That's when her life took a turn for the worst. She was arrested 5 times for multiple offenses, including assault, harassment, DUI, and drugs. In 2005, she spent nearly 3 months in jail. Her last few arrests were for another DUI, possession of narcotics, and suspicion of child abuse, which was later dropped. Her mugshots show the actress almost unrecognizable, and in one picture she has a black eye. For the last 3 years of her life, she was receiving disability benefits and lived alone in an apartment, and this is where her body would be found following a morphine overdose. Dana Plato was an influential teen star from the late 1970s and early 1980s. She was best known for playing the role of Kimberly Drummond on the sitcom Different Strokes. Despite years of success, Plato struggled with the pressures of instant fame and started experimenting with drugs and alcohol as a young teen. Eventually, she was dismissed from Different Strokes, and she had trouble finding other acting jobs afterward. Personal and financial problems combined with drug use led to a stunning decline for Dana Plato. In the 1990s, she also had some run-ins with the law, most notably after she robbed a Las Vegas video store. She died of a drug overdose in 1999 at just 34 years old, and at the time she was relegated to living in an RV that she shared with her fiancé. Best known for his role in Airwolf, Michael Vincent was undoubtedly one of the most talented, popular, and highest-paid actors at the time. He kicked off his career in the late 1960s, starring in movies like The Hardy Boys, Journey to Shiloh, and The Banana Splits. His big break, however, came in 1984 when he was cast as Stringfellow Hawk in the action series Airwolf, where he starred alongside Ernest Borgnine. As a way of dealing with the sudden fame from the show, Vincent turned to drugs and soon found himself sinking in his addiction. Vincent became widely known for his excessive drinking, marijuana use, and cocaine abuse, which later evolved into intravenous drug use. He was arrested many times and was in and out of rehab. In 1996, he was involved in a car accident that left him with a broken neck. 12 years later, he was involved in another car accident, and not long after, he was diagnosed with a leg infection that required amputation of his leg. He died on February 10, 2019, at the age of 73 after suffering cardiac arrest. At the time of his death, Vincent, who was the highest paid actor on TV in the mid-1980s, was struggling to keep a roof over his head, and he owed $70,000 in back taxes, which he didn't have. Lisa Robin Kelly was best known for her role as Lori Foreman on the TV series That 70s Show. Suspicions of substance abuse first came about when she suddenly went from being a series regular on the show to abruptly being written off by the end of Season 3. In 2010, she was arrested in North Carolina on a drunk driving charge. In 2012, she was arrested twice, once for a felony charge of corporal injury upon a spouse, and then for assault. A year later, she was again arrested for a suspected DUI, when law enforcement responded to a call about a parked car blocking a lane of traffic on the freeway. 2 months later, she acknowledged her problem with alcoholism, so she checked herself into rehab. A few days later, at the age of 43, she died in her sleep due to multiple drug intoxication. At the time of her death, she had only $1,000 to her name. Todd Bridges is best known for playing Willis Jackson on the sitcom Different Strokes. After Different Strokes ended its long run in 1986, things became difficult because he was typecast as Willis. The turbulent times without work led to drug problems and troubles with the authorities. He battled both a crack cocaine and methamphetamine addiction. He bought and sold drugs to support his addiction, and he was arrested for felony assault and cocaine possession. In 1989, he faced his most serious charge, attempted murder. He was accused of shooting a drug dealer 8 times after a cocaine binge, but after 2 trials and 9 months behind bars, he was acquitted. Then in 1992, Bridges was arrested yet again, but this time it was different. Instead of returning to jail, he entered a year-long drug rehabilitation program. He had finally hit rock bottom and lost everything. Since then, Bridges has been clean and sober, and has been trying to rebuild his career with random celebrity reality shows and the occasional bit part. Mindy McCready was a country music singer best known for her hits Guys Do It All the Time and 10,000 Angels. And she is also known for her very public relationships with actor Dean Cain and pitcher Roger Clemens. Things started to go downhill when sales of her next 2 albums slumped. Soon her personal life would begin to fall into a black hole of drugs, theft, and lies. She began dating an aspiring singer named Billy McKnight, who was abusive, but she continued to reconcile with him. 3 suicide attempts and multiple arrests later, her troubles continued. The chaos led her to the reality show Celebrity Rehab, but it failed to help. She would never recover from all of it, and was almost out of money. That's when she was found dead on her front porch from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. This was the same location that her former boyfriend, David Wilson, father of her younger son, had also fatally shot himself 1 month prior. Jennifer Lean is the former actress known for playing the alien Kes on the television series Star Trek Voyager. Acting for Jennifer pretty much ended after Star Trek. She did do a little voiceover work, and had 1 gig in the feature film American History X, playing the sister to Edward Norton. Since then, she has been charged with various crimes, including domestic violence and numerous vehicle-related offenses. Based on these problems, the former actress was ordered to undergo mental health treatment. During one of her many vehicle-related issues, she was accused by the arresting deputy of spitting on him. Over the course of 7 years, she has been involved in no fewer than 8 separate incidents. One of her more notable ones was a case of indecent exposure in front of children. With all these arrests and problems that she's had in her life, she is definitely not making the money she once was. Now her only income is from the little she makes off of reruns, which forces her to live a very modest life. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, and maybe even consider supporting the channel over on Patreon. If you enjoyed this video, consider watching this playlist, and then visit the channel to search the Recollection Road Library. As always, thank you so much for watching.